live in a fast-paced world, you know, the social media, everything is instant. Yes, the academics that we teach the children are important, but equally or more important is the citizens that we're helping to raise.
All these things we want to do in life, those are the places we want to go, whether it's the career we want to have or the relationships we want to have. And social emotional learning kind of gives you that best transportation to get to those places.
This is important stuff, and it doesn't fit into my science curriculum. It doesn't fit into the math curriculum. These are things that, you know, don't belong on a test or a quiz, but they belong in classrooms.
This is our second year engaging with the 4 Pillars here at Country Day. There are all kinds of curriculums, but what we appreciated about the 4 Pillars and what set it apart is that the adults go through all of the training first. That's the key. The adults are modeling the behavior that they expect of their students, and we're all speaking the same language.
It's incredible that no matter what classroom you go into, they're familiar with our practices. 2-year-olds can be using the same exercises as our 8th graders.
I finished the training within a week, and I fell in love with teaching children these skills in life. It starts them for success.
All of my students, we practice mindfulness before we test, we practice mindfulness before we do state assessments. Just before there's something that might be something that causes anxiety, they know to practice.
I love our outside. We can walk down Farm Road and just taking that 5-minute walk, looking at the pigs or the cows or the goats or the chickens. You know, we talk about that, we go back into class, and it's like the stress they were feeling never happened.
Interacting with our barn animals, students develop compassion for living things and working on a community garden. All of those things have really been more meaningful since engaging with the 4 Pillars.
What the 4 Pillars to me embodies is looking into yourself, figuring it out, and seeing how you can make other people better.
I think we as adults all wish that we learned this growing up.
I know for me, I had struggles when I was younger, and I feel like if I had had this knowledge available to me, I would have dealt with the bumps that came much better.
They're solving their conflicts, which I think is a huge skill to teach children, because conflict is not going to go away when you grow up.
I just feel like they're becoming better humans, and they have access to a tool that I didn't have as a child. If every child was able to be assisted in that way and learn the skills of naming the emotions, practicing mindfulness, working as a kind person in their community, then we would live in a much better world.
My hope would be that every school would have this opportunity to have this kind of program. They are our future generation. They're the generation that's going to create what's going to happen next. So I think giving them these tools to help them in this fast-paced world, that we still need to care about each other, care about ourselves, care about our community. I think it's one of the best things we can do for our children.
I like mindfulness the most because it really helps me calm down. I feel a lot better, and I feel like all the stress is off me. Before I go somewhere where I'm like performing or competing, I like to find a quiet spot to just mindfully breathe before I go on stage.
I think self-curiosity is my favorite pillar because you can wonder about things that you've never thought to wonder about before and go deeper into your emotions.
Sometimes when I'm really upset before I go to bed, I use mindfulness to help me fall asleep. It makes me feel calm, relaxed, and happy to be in this world.